Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? Good morning to everybody. Good morning. We are ready to kick off first trading session of the month of August. Deep in the summer session, earnings are kicking off. It's hot as hell outside. Let's get into it. So anyway, we're looking at SPY here, looking at a 2-minute chart of SPY. ETF is gapping up pre-market, obviously after the run up into the close on Friday. The boys just came on the scene at 8 a.m. right now, and we're kind of getting living right there at that level of pre-market highs. So we got another hour and a half left going pre-market trading. That being said, obviously this SPY's taking everything up. All eyes are on that 332, then all-time highs at the 339, call it 340. Can you justify these levels? Obviously not. Tech is obviously pushing, the whole market up, but how long they're going to sustain these levels, it's a whole nother question. So anyway, that being said, you know how the market goes. The boys push prices like this, and then the bell kicks off, and then what do we see? We see a little bit of cliff diving, to say the least. So let's see what happens at the bell. Continue to monitor, and we still got a little bit of time pre-market session, so could be changing a little bit of this scenario come early session to mid session, even towards the middle of the week. But let's see how this is going to unfold, and see how this China situation that Trump's kind of digging into, how they're going to retaliate, and there's going to be some interesting events kind of unfolding this week. So I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, let's kick it off, guys. We got what do we got? 7 on our watch. So let's kick it off with FSLY. This is just a clean day 2 continuation. Obviously, it's pushing pre-market right now, pre-market highs. You obviously have that 100 overall, just above. Then we got 103, then no resistance above. So if this and that, keeping it very simple. 99.58 right now is the line in the sand that breaks, it holds. We're gonna put some risk to the upside to that 100, and continue how it's going to trade around that level. We'll see if it's going to break through or not. We got a 5.86 ATR for Fastly, so we'll see if this thing's going to move or we're going to dump out. But if this, then that. CHGG. These guys, another day 2 continuation. Decent session on the last couple of days of last week. Pushing up obviously the pre-market sessions, putting higher highs and higher lows. So no resistance above. We'll see how these guys continue to unfold after the bell. But there's gonna be a lot of traps this morning, guys. Don't make no mistake about that. Traps are gonna be around the market in all sectors. So don't get caught in them. We might have some peaks, and then we're gonna flush out, or we're gonna push higher. But at the end of the day, be patient. There's plenty of time once the bell rings to do what you got to do. So obviously with CHGGs, another one of those, could be bumping up above pre-market levels for that reversal, false breakout. So don't get caught in those traps. If you get in, keep that stop nice and tight. ETSY had a pretty significant run. It's tapping up right now. Obviously, nice day 2. It's pretty. It's called consecutive with the pre-market run. Volume is nothing. It's okay, but for pre-market, you got almost a 5-point ATR, so it's decent. These guys are a lot of eyes on it, guys. So no resistance above. We definitely like higher prices here. But again, if this 122, call 123 breaks and holds, look for a nice run. But give some time. It might take a little bit of time in the morning session to early afternoon, but Etsy should be pushing. Piton, go figure with this bike company, huh? These guys are pushing, no resistance above, getting a little love pre-market, but again, it had a little bit of a tricky session on Friday. So day 2 with an asterisk, right? So just keep an eye on it. Let's see, make sure the volume kicks in and pumps this thing higher. Don't get caught in these traps, guys. We're gonna keep beating a dead horse. Traps are gonna be all over the markets today and for the week matter. This August trading, earnings are here. Yes, tech is pushing higher, but again, for how long? So keep an eye on Piton, maybe for a couple more points, but again, don't get caught in those traps. CHWY, significant. It was a decent run. They're pushing higher. They got 26,000 shares being traded pre-market, so not much. Obviously, higher prices across the board because SPY's pushing everything up. Whether this is going to be sustained or not, who's to say? But obviously, you have that 52.52, which is Friday's highs, and that 55.04 for pre-market right now. So just keep an eye on those 2 levels pushing higher for today's session. BILI gapping up pre-market. You got that 48 and 49.50 above. So there's plenty of meat on the bone. It's only a 2.14 ATR. It's nothing crazy, but boys are pushing this thing higher. So let's see if it's going to continue to push 45. Just call it 45.50, and that's a line in the sand right now. If this then that, keep it simple. We're going to wrap it up with EHTH Health. So they got blasted down. Obviously, you guys know on the 24th, we traded a few times last week. Keep an eye on this thing. If it's going to break to the upside, it's going to break, obviously, these 24th lows. So that's kind of the line of sight for us. We don't think this thing's done. We think that we're going to see some dumping going on. So obviously, we have 55 price targets. So in our opinion, we're going to look at some of these areas down here. We're not going to get involved until we start to come down here, maybe testing this 68, 50-ish level. But again, could be null and void. Could be break right through his pre-market highs and blast right through the 774, and then start to fill this gap. Not too convinced just yet. So I'm going to keep it on the back burner, but it is on watch for today and for this week's session. So we're going to be patient with this one, but we're stocking it. So that's what we got, guys. We got the 7 going into today's session, and obviously we're going to extend that throughout the week. But again, we're in summer, first day of August trading, so there will be traps. You have unemployment going crazy, you have foreclosures, peeking around the corner. You have the situation with China, Trump trying to pull what Trump does. So there's a lot of negative, headlines looming. But you know how we do it. The headlines are the headlines. Headlines could be bullshit. So don't get caught in those traps, guys. Don't get caught in those influences, right? So trade your own thing, trade your mind, train your edge, and do you. Keep it simple. Block out the noise. Build your own edge. And at the end of the day, guys, block everything out. And that's how you build, right? That's how you build. So anyway, guys, anybody have any questions, reach out to us. We're here. Have a great week, and as always, keep your stops nice and tight. All right, guys, have a solid session. Talk to you guys soon.
Remember to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our trading videos.